What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the second channel. Today we're going to be looking more into On to Better Things, and I'm just going to continue breaking down this news for you guys. Every time we get good chunks of news, I'll make sure to make videos on this. So today we have an update on to Better Things, but before we start, you already know I have to shout out Yonder Iann Archive. He recaps all this news. Big shout out to the whole Iann community in general. They're not really that toxic, and they're all really chill. They all give tons of news. I've talked to a few of them, and they're all really chill, and I've never had an issue with any of them. So just shout out to the Iann community for that. But yeah, diving on into this news, Yonder basically showed some more screenshots of stuff Iann said in the Discord. And I also want to say that it's really cool that Iann does go in the Discord and actually give us updates, even though so far we literally haven't gotten anything for the album. It's still cool that Iann's at least talking to us through the Discord and at least saying some stuff. I don't even feel like it's that Iann's really lying or trying to cap a lot. I feel like he really does think that some stuff is going to drop when it does. That's why he says what he does in the Discord. I think it's just that management and label issues get in the way, and that's what ends up changing the stuff. And that's why a lot of the stuff he says looks like he's capping, because stuff gets changed around so much. But he always lets us know, I feel like, right when he comes up with something he wants to do, and then right when he goes to do it and there's some pushback from management or label or something, that's when we get kind of lost and stuff starts getting super confusing. Don't get me wrong, Iann still had some stuff that he did, like with the OG album, that is still really annoying, but regardless, I just want to dive on into this news. So to start with, obviously the title of the video, Iann confirmed that there is a deluxe to On to Better Things. Now really take this with a grain of salt. So many artists say there's deluxes, and it's not even a big deal if there's not, especially with this being a 17-song album with very few features on it. It's not a huge deal if there's a deluxe on it. Don't get me wrong, I want a deluxe, but it's just annoying when they say that there's a deluxe or something and then cap about it and we never get it. Juice's label has done this. Juice even did this himself with Death is for Love. Trippy does this all the time. This is just super annoying. And if there's no deluxe, just don't say there's a deluxe. But yeah, so according to Iann, there is a deluxe, but we're going to have to wait and see. Let's at least get the actual album itself before we start diving into and really talking about a deluxe. The second piece of news is that Iann can't drop Never Mattered. Now, this was something that Yonder's been posting about, and this is just something that I feel like the community has been aware of, is that Dro Kenji did use the Never Matter beat on his new album, F Your Feelings, on the song You're Wrong. This released probably at the beginning of summer, so it was kind of weird when Iann said that Never Mattered was back on the album. My best guess is maybe he just didn't know that Dro used that beat to begin with. I feel like he just really found out once he submit the album, maybe then it just didn't get cleared, and then they told him why it didn't get cleared, because Dro used the beat already. But let's just dive on into what Iann said. He came into the Discord and said Never Mattered beat was already used by Kenji, bad news. And then he goes on to say, annoying, I can't use it, Never Matter is so fire. Now this does really suck, because if you guys don't know, Never Mattered is my Iann Grail. This is the song that I was super hyped for on the album, and I was just really hyped for it to drop. So at this point, either Iann could just drop it on SoundCloud, probably, because if they just drop it on SoundCloud, it doesn't really matter if it's the same beat or there's a sample issue, because you're allowed to drop stuff like that on SoundCloud. That's why artists come up dropping stuff on SoundCloud, but I'm sure you guys already know that. And I highly doubt Iann would drop this on SoundCloud, but regardless, I guess we'll just have to wait and see if it leaks one day. But yeah, this is my Iann Grail, and it sucks that it's not going to be on the album. The only other thing they could really do is just change the beat, but regardless, I've listened to this You're Wrong song by Dro Kenji, and you can't really even tell that they're the same beat. They both do two completely different styles and two completely different things on the song. It's really surprising that the beat didn't get cleared, especially because Iann's working with Internet Money for this album, and Dro obviously works with Internet Money. I don't know if there's actually some bigger legal issue of why you just can't clear the same beat twice, but I don't really see why there would be an issue. I mean, if Iann's good with Internet Money and Nick and Taz are cool with clearing the beat and Dro's cool with them doing that, you can't really even tell that the beats are that similar. I mean, there's parts where you can, but overall they both do completely different things on the beat that it doesn't really stand out that much. I don't think an average listener would even be able to tell this. I also want to look at a couple older things that Iann did say in the Discord that I haven't really talked about in a video yet as well. Iann also confirmed that Complicated will be solo. We already knew this. He already said the song was going to be solo, and the only thing that kind of worried me was when I didn't see featuring Leroy on I Might. I was scared that Iann was going to put Leroy on Complicated, but he has confirmed that Complicated is still solo, which is good. This is a kind of sounds like a classic Iann song, and it's really became a grail in the community, and it's awesome that it's still solo and that we don't have to worry about there being a feature on this song. And then obviously we also know that the album is mostly Internet Money produced, but he did confirm that there are other producers on the album, which this is probably most likely why it's not Nothing's Ever Good Enough 2. And we know that there's other producers on the album like Travis Barker already. I don't know if those are the only other ones that Ian's talking about right now, but it was basically just obvious that the album was mostly produced by Internet Money. Also, the last thing I want to add in here is that V12 did get delayed a week according to Halftime. Iann changed the caption in one of his Instagram posts that said it was dropping on the 27th. So now we're looking at a September 3rd release date for V12. So hopefully this does get dropped then, and then we get on to better things sometime in September. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. So if you are new here, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Hey Ross, sauce it up.
Lay beats, this go crazy.